Everybody, welcome to the latest episode of the Rich and Turbo Heavy Half Hour. You just get rich tonight. Find me at all the socials at Rich.Paiva as a Doom Charts contributor, Doom Reviews, Musicpedia of Metal. And if anyone's listened to the show in 2025 and what I would call season 2, you've probably heard me scream about the band that we're about to talk to today again. And 2026 is going to be more of the same of this. So deal with it, because to me, this is the year of Tampa's own Florist. Guys, what's up? How you guys doing?
What's up?
How you doing, man?
Our favorite podcast, bud. We've been talking about your podcast, but
And I appreciate that. You know, I could talk to you guys any day, all day, wouldn't matter. But we have a specific reason why we're here tonight. We have some very, very, very exciting news for you guys. I'm very excited about it. Everyone who's involved in it's very excited about it. So I'll let you guys kind of take it from there and make that announcement. Then we'll talk a little bit more about what's going on.
man, so I would say we've been, as a band working really hard on music and, just trusting our gut, and a lot of different people out of nowhere have been really believing in us. And you're one of the dudes that out of nowhere just continuously stick your neck out for us. And there's been a lot of moments that there's like a lot of bands that hit us up, and I'm like, man, this is kind of crazy. And all of it kind of like
Came to
ties.
a head.
Yeah, it all comes together, and there's so many thanks for a lot of this. But yeah, man, we ended up talking to Todd. And,
Todd from Ripple Music.
yeah, man.
So Todd reached out to us and said he'd be down to. He thought we'd be a great fit for the roster over at Ripple, and we were absolutely blown away by this.
Yeah.
So now I thought it was pretty rad to sign a contract that said PKA, professionally known as Florist.
Yeah.
Look at that.
That's Florist is signed with Ripple Music as of as of recently, the past about month or so it got official. So, and again, like Mike said, you speaking so highly of us, probably opened that door quite literally for us, and we're much appreciative. It'll be a great time.
It's pretty amazing.
Absolutely.
Definitely a lot of small avenues everywhere that trickled all together. And it's all the folks in the Doom charts. It's all the folks that just believe in a small band, dude. Like we're just doing our thing, dude. And
Like we said before, we're just dudes, man.
Yeah.
We're just dudes that like playing music.
We wrote this music for you guys. Like, we wrote stuff that we thought sounded cool. Like, oh, I'd put that on. And apparently you will put that on. And so will a whole bunch of other people.
Yeah.
So
We're
thanks a
grateful.
lot for listening to us. Yeah, we're grateful. Like, we just wrote this because we like cool music. This wasn't our, of course it was our goal. Like, every band likes to, sign and do the things we're doing, but that wasn't our goal. Like, we're just 4 dudes who have played in bands, and we're like, yo, let's write stuff we think sounds cool.
Yeah.
And we appreciate that y'all think it sounds cool too.
Yeah.
And congratulations. It's amazing. My favorite label, my new favorite band coming together.
Buddy, congratulations to you, bud.
And
You're
all I've asked
you're
for
part of this team as well, dude. This isn't, and I'm speaking, I want to say I'm speaking for all of us, dude, but you're a part of this thing too, dude. Like, this is cool. Like, you are really a part of this too, dude. And big shout out to our homie, Big OG Prophet.
Oh yeah,
Because
he is.
I love that.
We love that dude.
Thank you, man. Thank you for all those videos. Thank you for all the support. That's how a band should be like, and that's how all these bands are. This is just a great genre to be in, but OG Metal Prophets, he's the best. You're the best. I mean, I know we're like, hey, you told Todd about us, but I know you physically told Todd Severin about us at Ripple. You were like, you have to listen to these guys. And he said he called us like within 10, 15 minutes of listening to the album, was like, hey, we need to have a conversation. So thank you. Thank you for forcing that in front of him. You believing in us has helped us immensely. And so has everybody else that believes in this.
Yeah.
We're going to keep doing it. We're going to keep writing music that you guys think are cool.
As Frankie has said many times, we are Florist. You are Florist.
And I mean
love
that.
it.
Saying on stage, this band wouldn't do anything without that crowd in front of us, without you folks listening online. without folks like you, Rich, and OG Metal Profit, and like it's just I don't know. We're overwhelmed. We're overwhelmed. It's been a ride.
These boys have been waiting, like I said a little bit earlier. I mean, it's like a teenager with $100 bill in the pocket. They have been trying to tell everyone, and I'm like,
when he means these boys, he really means me and Mike.
Oh, we talked about it at the Conan show, right? Yep.
number 4.
So it's been a few months.
I had a microphone and a crowd in front of me, and they're like, "Hey, don't tell anybody about this." I was dying. Threw my show off.
Let's talk a little bit about the plan. So first of all, again, an OG Metal Prophet, I got to hang out with him for a couple of shows in Orlando that we're at. Loved hanging out with him. He's a fellow Doom Charts guy now. Very cool guy. Hope I get to see him more.
You will.
Wanted to see him at the Pallbearer show, but didn't get a chance to go to that. Want to talk to you about what's next for you guys, because this album here that I have on this little tiny thing that I don't even open because it's not bigger and waxier, but this album was my number 1 album for 2025. And the question is, what's going to happen with this thing? What's the next step for Adrift?
Adrift is actually, Todd is going to release Adrift on vinyl. We don't have a solid date yet, but we're going, after this goes live, everybody that had reached out to us and purchased that situation, we're going to go ahead and tell that whole group about it. So everybody that did a pre-order is going to get an email from us. My plan to do that, just to kind of throw a little bit of extra sauce on that, because it's taken so long to get that vinyl into the hands of everybody, is everybody that did that pre-purchase or pre-order that also ordered a shirt, we're going to do a custom designed shirt just for the release, only for the people that did the pre-order.
That's awesome.
So they're cool. 2 shirts. They'll get the shirt that they requested for the pre-order, and then we're going to throw in whatever size they picked, another one just to kind of commemorate, the Ripple Florist conjoined situation with a Drift release.
Obviously, thanks to all your help, we're going to make sure you get one of those shirts too, Rich.
Oh, yeah.
Love it. And your sticker game goes hard too. So, I'm sure there's some folks who would.
Yeah, thanks, Rich.
Thank you. Yeah, there's some artists we want to collaborate with, and kind of, we're musicians, we're all artists, and we want to get other artists, that we know that are in our circle to collaborate with us and make us cool Florist stickers. That's like I'm kind of heading that and reaching out to people, but I want our stickers to be from somebody cool in the community also.
Yeah. What's the secret ingredient? The secret ingredient is crime. So the more that people tag stuff with our stickers, and take pictures of it and tag us, we will start throwing those back out as shares. Yeah. We're all about it. So that's where the whole sticker, this whole thing started with just a purple logo sticker, which you've seen, I'm sure, many times. Yeah, probably got one.
It's on your shirt. It's right there. That's the original one, man.
Bro, when people will purchase a sticker, I'll sell them the sticker and then give them the exact purple one and say, tag us in this wherever you put it. Yeah. And then we're all about it. So we've seen it pop up in a lot of random places, and we're stoked on it. So.
It was actually
I'll be out in. Go ahead, Frankie.
I was gonna say it was kind of like a viral marketing thing in a way, because before we released Contact, we had about a year prior to releasing Contact of us, building the music and getting it all together. But we had those stickers made, and all of us just kind of walked around like 50 plus in our pocket, and anywhere that was kind of cool or where we think it would get saw, we slapped it on there. And what happened is when we released Contact, and people like, what band are you in, Florist? People like, oh, I've heard of that. I've seen that somewhere. Yeah, you have, because we have literally graffitied all of Tampa, any other cities we've. There's Florist stickers in St. Thomas. There's Florist stickers in Columbia. Yep. We've gotten them anywhere we can. So,
we needed to pull over.
Yeah,
everywhere.
I'm going to send you some of these too, so you can stick them with the Florist on. These are.
Please, my guitar case gets littered with stickers. I definitely need those.
But as far as
I can do that.
But as far as Adrift, that's like the main idea, and then
we got another album. So we're working on some principal riffs. So we'll see if we can conjure up and
then 27.
We'll throw it to the wind and get a full Ripple release. I think that'll be promising on the horizon. So
the stuff we're working on sounds pretty cool too, if I do say so myself. But I might be biased.
Yeah.
So, Jared, I believe Jared's the only theremin player on the Ripple roster right now, which is a very cool thing. I don't know that for sure, but just looking at the roster, I feel like he's the only one that's on it,
All right, I'm
which
down.
should be an honor
And you're the only theremin player, period.
that exists. Yes.
There's no other one.
I don't know what I'm doing.
The
Twice.
exactly. Now, the other thing I know that you guys are doing, and I was talking to some of my other peeps out there, like Braun and like Jay from Holy Roller.
Yep.
I know you guys got some stuff outside of the Sunshine State going on.
Yep.
What do you tell us about that too? Because that's exciting. That's like another next step for what you guys are
we're
doing,
really
right?
excited. We're going to be heading out April, and we're going to be going over and playing Legalized Lex pre-fest show.
So we saw the podcast you did with you talking about that. So
Yeah,
shout out
yeah.
to Braun for
Thanks
Thanks
for
for-
having Dave. And the last day, and we really appreciate it. I promise you, we're gonna have a fucking great time. Was that April 16th?
Yeah, 16th we'll be out there. The next day we're going to go to Charlotte.
that'll be with Holy Roller.
Yep. Finally meeting Jay. We've been chatting for a good
Love
minute, and then from there we're gonna meet up with the Lung Burner boys from Atlanta, because they are doing a release party for their new record, and we couldn't be more happy. We
we love those guys.
we played Atlanta. We played with them. They played Tampa. They played
They're playing
Doom and
Tampa
Gloom
again.
with us, and we've become pretty good friends, like rather
Yeah.
quickly. And we love Atlanta, and to finally have like not only a way in to play the right spots, we have a way in with some solid humans.
You know,
So
Braun said that on the podcast.
I stole Brown's shit right there.
Yeah.
Your boy is hollering
He
right there.
said-
And he stole it from you.
He said some shit that really like resonated, and it's have been playing in bands my whole life, right? Like Mike can attest to this. We all can. But it's like you meet some kind of seedy characters out there, right? And I don't mean like criminal, whatever. That probably has a tint to it, but just unsavory. Like people's personalities sometimes don't blend. You know what I mean? Oil and water. That's cool. Sometimes we don't vibe. Everybody that we've run into, for the most part, that we absolutely vibe with stays connected, and it's the craziest. It just. I don't know. It's such a solid thing to see and feel, man.
It's
Like,
this genre,
really
man.
it is.
It's this
It is.
genre, like, we all come from different genres. Jeremy was the only one with like any kind of like stoner doom experience at all. These guys weren't hardcore bands.
Mike.
Oh, Mike too. Yeah, sorry, man.
Tester.
And I came from like hard rock bands. And let me tell you, that scene over there, those people are cutthroat, they're mean, there's
Yeah.
egos.
Yeah.
And I've never played in the scene before, and it's like night and day. I couldn't like this is where I belong. Like everybody's so nice. It's like an artist supporting artist kind of community. People are in it for the music, Some people aren't in it for the music, or they're in the music for the wrong reason. Everybody here just loves music.
Wants to play.
And, yeah,
All
it's-
tone
it's-
snobs. I love
yeah,
it.
it's
Don't
awesome.
get down. Yeah.
I love it. And I think we talked a little bit about how it kind of harkens back to like the 90s hardcore, early 90s hardcore thing, where people just were kind of cool. And there was like these group of like-minded individuals who just wanted to help promote their buddies who were on stage and promote the band and promote the scene. I mean, there was some toxic stuff there like there is everywhere else, but like some of that stuff when I was coming up and when I was going to school up in Western New York, there was a lot of that, like just like-minded individuals looking to help promote their friends or the music that they like. And I think that's really cool. And I again, like everyone who I talked to, like you said, like we mentioned, I interviewed Kal-El, who was one of the bands that I wanted to have on the show. And I'm like, they'll never come on. They responded to me within 30 minutes.
Love that.
85% of the bands that I reach out to wind up coming on the show. And it's really cool. It's just them coming and talk to me. It's not any, whatever, but it's fun and people are engaged and people want to see other people do well. And that's very cool. Are you guys playing anything locally? Doing any shows, Orlando, Tampa area over the next little while, or is the next show you guys are doing when you hit the road?
We've pretty much held out right now. We've got a few offers that we're kind of negotiating with to see what we want to do locally. That is just to say right now, right?
Yeah.
Something pops up that's a good show, we'll go, but we really want to focus on writing that another album.
Yeah, we've got our, you're actually talking to us in our studio right now. Behind where you are technically, Rich, is where our back line is. There's a drum kit behind you. amps, everything we need, and it's all wired for recording. So this is how we write. I've got everything set for multi-tracking, and we just record everything we do. And to break this down and then go play a show and then set it back up, it really kind of kills the momentum. And we played a bunch of really, really great shows in 2025, and to end the year with Conduit with Conan, that was awesome.
Yeah.
So we're still riding that high, and I'm amicable to holding up to April till we play again. We'll definitely play some local shows. We have to. Like, we can't let our Tampa fans down. This is our home. Orlando, anywhere in Florida. But as of right now, we don't have anything on the books.
Yeah.
So, hey, promoters, if you're listening, some cool shows you'd like to see us on, you know how to reach out to us.
And as a selfish guy, did I lose you guys? Okay, you're still there, right? All right, cool.
Yeah, we're still here.
As a selfish guy in that lives in Central Florida, I want you guys to get as big as possible also, so more bands come through. Like, there's just still just bands just don't always come past Atlanta. Like, there's still this
They started going to the cola.
Yeah. So I work in this industry. I'm an audio engineer for some pretty big venues here in Tampa. So I see these touring circuits, and it's honestly geographical. Florida's so big that to come out of your tour and come down to even Central Florida, Tampa, Orlando, and there, it adds days to your tour, and a lot of people just avoid it geographically, and that's that sucks because of course we want to see cool bands, you want to see cool bands, but that's really all it is. It's not like people hate Tampa or we're never going to play Orlando. Yeah. It's logistically difficult to come down unless you have a bunch of shows in Florida, and that's if you want to do like going down to Miami or something like that. You're in days to your tour now,
Yeah.
And usually you see bands start in Miami and then head back up, and then they begin there. But I just get excited when we have Temptress and Friendship Commanders that are coming in February, and they're doing the full circuit, which I think is cool. I hope people go out and see them because both of those bands are amazing bands, and the better that they do, the more I think people will see how we do it here and want to come and make that effort, because I think there are lots of people who want to see those bands like yourselves and like Temptress, like Friendship Commanders, like Conan, that type of stuff. So I'm hoping more and more.
Parts those dudes were.
Oh, Conan were really nice guys.
Yeah,
they really were.
That was awesome. They were such down to earth cats, man.
It's this genre, man. Doesn't matter if you're huge like Conan. People are artists, and it's just artists respecting artists. It's great.
Yeah, and I got to when Truck Fighters played. I got to briefly hang out with those guys. Just nice dudes. Those just amazing guys, and those are legends in the stoner doom. The stoner community, in
regular band meetings. We're able to just hang out with them. How he goes. It's the coffee.
Yeah,
that was coffee.
We drank coffee. It was awesome.
Yeah, I mean it's such a cool thing, and I'm excited for you guys to play to hang out with Holy Roller. Those guys are super cool, and Braun's Fest. I'm gonna have Braun back on the show. We're gonna talk more. I'm finding out he's such a nerd musically. So
I already talked to Braun about it. We should do a little meetup before or after legalize and just chat about it, man.
Yeah. Would love that. You guys are playing with Blessed Black, right? I was looking at who you guys are playing with. That should be a really, really fun show.
And
I don't know if you guys are you guys hanging out for the rest of it, because there were some.
No, we have to run right into Charlotte, then to Atlanta. So we'd love to, but we we got other dates we have to do.
Well, now that we have a Tampa Ripple band, and now that the boss is going to be a Floridian at some point relatively soon. I'm sorry, Todd, if I just gave away anything.
Wait a minute, are you connecting dots here, bud?
I'm connecting dots.
Do you have a red thread going on in your head?
Brother, I think you're the one that's allowed. Let's hear it.
What's your idea?
Yeah, I mean, there's a little chain going on the Facebooks where we kind of mentioned this too. So, yeah, I mean, we've thrown the idea around of some kind of Ripple Fest, Florida. I mean, there's a Boston, there's a Texas, there's a out in California, there's a Mexico, there's a Germany. I mean, what the hell? I mean, there's sense
here in Florida. I think it would do well.
I almost
I
think
agree.
Italy coming.
And like I said,
Yeah.
I work at some pretty decent venues here in Tampa, so I can always suggest that maybe we do a Ripple Festival with those. I can make
I
that.
would. Hey, I'm sure the boss will listen to this at some point, and he hears it enough from me. Yeah, so it's and just a shout out to Todd who as a somebody who discovered Ripple about 5 years ago and just reached out to him and said, "I love what you're doing," and then he became a friend. Like I met him for beers and
It's so
Delray
solid.
Beach,
Like
and
this is another situation where it's like somebody that's like has prestige and he's just a down to earth guy. Like I could talk to Todd like I know him for years.
Did you read his
Super
book?
solid.
I'm listening to his book right now.
Yep.
It's so good.
it is.
What?
Crazy.
And I was like, dude, how are you doing this? Like, are you a doctor or what? And he's like, yeah, I'm a doctor. And I'm like,
Right? The Renaissance man. He's a doctor. He's a regular
it's actually really good.
I love it.
I'm so happy with the book. Like, it's good.
Yeah.
It is. I sped through it. It took me no time to read, and like it's very modern, and he's winning awards for it.
Yeah, love it.
Just such a multi-talented guy. I don't know if you guys are a Simpsons fan, but he reminds me of the cat lady who was a lawyer and a doctor before she became a cat lady. That's a whole other episode and a whole other podcast. By my nerd
As long
Simpsons
as he's
love.
not Gil.
What's that?
As long as he's not Gil.
No.
Oh, Gil.
Oh, Gil. I brought that wall from home. Anyway, there are 10 people who will get that joke. So what are we thinking timeline wise as the riffs start to get developed, in this space right now and the, the ideas are flowing. What are we thinking?
We all have the same vibe and understanding. And I think we've talked about this before, right? On the last pod we did, but it's like, none of us really rush anything, right? We let it happen. And as it goes, right, then, we can kind of mold which direction we want to aim for and stuff. But I think as it comes, and then we can be like, that's rad when we like it. And then we can start, let's explore that. Let's piece this together. What if we did this, right? Like, so I can't really, Todd kind of has like his deadlines he's got for bands that come on. And I think we'll probably beat that one. So I think Adrift, obviously, it's gotten plays, sure, right? There's some buzz with it, which by proxy is giving us some plays on Contact. We're, at least myself, I'm sure I speak for all of us, Florist is typically or essentially a new band for many people, right?
I mean, we're
Period.
It's 2023.
Not many folks have even heard the backlog or even Adrift just from, the podcast here, or even the Doom charts and any of the charts. I mean, a lot of stuff we've been put on different lists throughout the year and stuff. So I think it's kind of a new thing for everybody. So I think once that vinyl comes out, that breath is there. We'll obviously do a vinyl release show and have everything and have you come hang. But yeah, once we get that, I mean, by then we'll probably be full swing and probably have half that thing written already. So once we get into a studio and start going after we've got all the principal pieces together, I mean, it won't take long till after that.
Historically, it's taken us about a year to write albums. So we formed in 2022 and we're able to release Contact in the middle of 2023. There it is, about a year to the start. And Adrift is about that same timeline too, maybe a little over. We all had a few things going on in life that delayed us a bit. But I'd imagine a year it takes to get this new album out. And, like Kev said, we can't rush it. We're just mediums for this stuff. The songs come and we let them come through us. So we can't rush it. When the songs want to come, they come. And all we can do is welcome them in.
Mike,
we were
term tone laborers.
Tone laborers. Yeah.
The laborers of the tone.
We're just tone laborers.
I love that.
That is there is one thing that I will say is I think we're a little more hungry considering the circumstance, right?
Yeah, we're not going to stop.
So like now it's not like, oh, well, I got to go to my day job. Like I'm hungry to riff. So like, what is this going to sound like? Where are we going? Let's find it. Yeah. Inspiration is lightning in a bottle. You know what I mean? And Tampa Bay's full of storms, dude. As cheesy as that sounds, brother. As cheesy as that
love
sounds.
it. That you have to incorporate that lyrically somewhere on the new record. We were chatting a little bit online and prior to hitting record, just on kind of what you guys are, you mentioned vibing and listening to now, and things that are not necessarily, molding what this is going to sound like, but just things that are kind of helping you along musically, that you guys are digging right now. What are some of those things that are driving you as you start to put some of the new stuff together?
I mean, for me, it's just like I pull from everything, man. Because I listen. I'm so multifaceted when it comes to my genres, man. Like I listen to a lot of jazz a lot of the time. Like just yeah. I mean, I've been listening to oldies recently, and I'm talking like 1940s and 50s type stuff, like crazy, like the Ink Spots. That one track that came up with what the hell was that show that's going on? Like that kind of triggered. I started going down a deep dive with that and just finding those rhythms that swing and these cats have recently kind of put me into a mindset of like ungospel gospel, right? And not even talking about a religious implication at all, but the flow of how that rhythm happens, right? And finding that for our tone and where we want to be. I mean, just being able to, we were recording something the other day. I'm gonna tell you right now, if I start riffing on something, I know it's great. If everybody is quiet, you can't hear anything anyway when the cab's breathing, but I'll start riffing something and I'll just see Frankie quietly tiptoe and hit record on the MacBook and just be like, oh, and I'm like, oh shit, that might be something. You know what I mean? And we find it. And then Mike will come in and then we start weaving this thing because we come off the cuff a lot of the time. So once we have that, like Frankie said earlier, we record everything we do. Right. So as soon as that's going down, we record it. Now we have these principal recordings and riff ideas that literally pulled from the ether. And then we listen to them over and over and dissect. Okay, this piece was cool. Take that. Oh, we could do something here. We played this a little bit later in that practice. Pull it here. And then that's how it turns into tracks. And then we sit down as a group, whiteboard it, completely compose the thing out. And it's like,
yeah, there's 3 whiteboards.
Yes. In addition to like us just riffing and recording like we're doing now, we have time set aside for it.
Yeah.
We're dedicated to it. We did all this for Adrift and we did all of this for Contact. And let me assure you, not everything we wrote made it on Contact or Adrift.
Yeah.
So we also have this backlog. Like I have old recordings, I have a horrible habit of naming them shit that doesn't make sense. Like, that cool Black Sabbath Rip Jammer Monday Night. And I have no idea when the hell that's from. Then you're like, oh, well, I forgot about that. And, we're taking some of those things and add new things. So it's just,
explore everything, man. You know what I mean?
And Jerry has like a lot of input and it's cool to like,
tell
I'm
the B3. Tell them about it.
But
we're trying to get Jerry to get a B3.
I haven't
start ripping some organ and crazy shit.
When we first started this, I'm like, yo, I need you to play Hammond. And he told me for the third album. Well,
we're here.
We're here, man.
We are. And just so you know, my favorite thing is when you incorporate Hammond organ into the stoner side of the.
You do it so superbly.
It's gonna happen.
We've put cowbells
four or
in
five.
2 albums.
4 or 5. 4 or 5.
You got to make the bigger guys carry that organ around with you, though, when you go and play it on a show.
If you get the Hammond, I'll help you move it. You got it, man. That's a deal.
Tanner just said that.
It's here. That's going to be the snip that I put on Instagram. Just Frankie saying that he's going to move the organ. So you the two hardcore guys, you got, the ex-hardcore guys, you see that FYE Fest, you see all those pits, you see, Gorilla Biscuits on the stage, you see Marauder doing.
I'm going to go ahead and say it. We're going to go ahead and talk about Marauder Master Killer for the rest of the podcast. But I'm going to say this, but I just turned 40 years old. I'm busting my ass at work. I'm fasting. My boy over here is teaching me the ways.
Nice.
I don't give a fuck, but I'm spin kicking in the pit. I don't give a fuck. I'll go in the car and hyperventilate. I don't care, dude. I'm gonna spin kick.
Have you been to Deviant Libation?
I have not. I can't wait to though. I'm looking forward to it.
Mike came out of Mosh retirement for Hoods. You familiar with Hoods?
Yes. Oh man.
Yeah. So our good friends also were on that.
Yeah,
so
we had a bunch of homies in there.
And we had our boys 2-piece out there too, I think. You know what I mean? And those boys are silly, bud. They keep the Dirty South breakdowns real.
Can I tell them about
With all
transpired?
no,
dude.
with all of
No.
this said, I absolutely got like a crazy contusion on my back because I scored.
To the bar, dude.
Oh, I tried to.
He
I tried
bumped into the bar. You know, you get that hit on the elbow, and it's like, I got hurt right here.
So you know what
Yeah,
I'm gonna do for a hardcore show? I'm gonna stand at the back, drink a water
Exactly.
bottle. Yeah.
No.
I
I
just
was-
got back in town when this Hoods show was happening. I just flew in. I was in South America. I flew in. I was like, "Yo, guys, I'll come hang out and smoke with you." I show up. I'm there for approximately 10 minutes, and I see these guys go ape shit in the pit, and I'm standing behind the sound booth because that's not my business. I don't want to get hit. I am not spin kicking in the pit. I'm not doing any of that. And some dude just hauled up and punched me anyway. So I was back in the States for about 10 minutes, and somebody just fucking hit me, and I was like, "Fuck! I guess it's a hardcore." So it was pretty funny.
So my two stories I want to tell about this. Number one, my buddy Jeremy, who shout out, I'm going to be doing a show with him soon. He's younger than me and he has terrible taste, and we're going to do a show called Questionable Taste because his taste is terrible and mine's wonderful. He dragged me to and I only stayed for half of it, the Orlando Warp Tour, and it was a shit show. Pennywise played. That was cool. Everything else was a shit show except for the band Angel Dust. If you don't know Angel Dust, check them out. Angel Dust Money with the money sign. It's been a long time, but like I stood at the edge. I stood at the edge of the pit, and I'm like, like I thought about it for a second. Then he went in there, younger than me by double digits, and I just see him get blown up. His book bag went flying. His sunglasses are gone. I'm like,
Oh my god!
I'm good. So yeah, old, but master killer. I was in high
Let's
school.
go. Let's talk about it, dude.
I was in high school, and I went to a club on Long Island, and it was Marauder, and I bought their. I wish I still had it. I bought their. They had like a demo tape that I wound up with somehow. They opened, and it was Marauder, Biohazard, and Typo Negative. Oh my god! By the time Biohazard was done, I was like, oh my god! I was like, I think I was 17 at the time, so I
big is
had
the
a
tape?
little bit of stamina, but it was like nothing you could imagine. And then Typo comes on, and they still are just a band that like a top 5 band ever for me. But I will never forget standing right in the front for Marauder and just wondering what happened to them throughout like the late 90s and early 2000s, and then recently relatively recently going back and seeing all the stuff that they've done and picking up some of their other stuff. But some of that early 90s New York stuff, growing up on Long Island too, especially, that was really, really awesome for me. And I wish I could have gone to see them play, but I also am glad I didn't, because I don't think I could have found a place to hide in that airplane hangar without getting kicked in the face, which I definitely am not down for at this point in time. So guys, to summarize where we're at, number one, Florist is now in the Ripple Music family, and we love it. Everybody's very excited for this. We're probably looking at a summertime release of Adrift on vinyl at some point. You guys are going out on the road, playing Legalized Lex with Braun, playing with Holy Roller in Carolina, playing with Longbirder in Atlanta. There's some serious shit happening for Florist, and I could not be more excited for you guys. Just not just an awesome band, but just such a cool group of dudes who, talked to me when I sent a note, talked to me at the shows, hung out with me, and still hangs out and does the show. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for doing this. Congratulations. I can't wait for everybody to hear this. I'm so pumped.
We're always at the merch table. Just come hang out,
Yeah,
or we'll go smoke.
with that band that'll smoke with you.
Talking about traveling, you know where we want to go next?
What?
West.
The band that I interviewed the other day, Kal-El, happens to be going out west. So
Well,
maybe they're going out in 2026.
Help with them.
What was funny was when I was at the Conan show, I don't know who was working the merch table, but I said, I'll take every one of them ones that you had there. And she looked at me funny. She's like, really? I'm like, no, just give me one of all of those, except for that one, because I already have that one. And then I heard her tell one of you guys, that guy over there bought like one of every shirt. And I'm like,
Yeah.
Mission accomplished. That's all I really wanted to make
Oh,
sure.
it's Rich.
So that's
So,
my girlfriend. That's my lady.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. She was
yeah.
very nice, and
Welcome.
she wanted to give me a discount, and I'm like, please, no, I don't want a discount on this
She
stuff.
loves
because-
doing that. You know,
Yeah.
as it is with any partnership. We've been together a long time, so she wants to be a part of anything. You know, and she took the merch thing and absolutely was like, man, she'll give me lists of our merch counts and stuff. Yeah,
That's
and
awesome.
I'm like, damn. Yeah, it's like she goes through it. She's rad. Yeah, she loves it. She's all about it.
I think one of the cool things about you guys, and you guys probably would, but I don't know if you agree with it or not, but as much as you say you're just four guys who come together and play, but you got like your shit together in ways that like more than
Hold on,
some
hold on,
others that I've spoken to. How about that?
Go, we're rolling. Keep it going.
You guys don't think that? I mean, you guys, I think
So,
from 2023 to now, to get to where you're at, you have to
Yeah.
have something together, right?
There
Like,
takes dedication
Yeah.
on all four of us, but like
He's got OCD.
there's a lot of
MC
stuff that happens.
And mine, hard whip, dude. There's a hard whip, dude. We had hurricanes.
So in my actual day job, I do like high-end logistics, right? We'll get into that in another time, but like I have the ability to view a band like that. Like, what are we doing? What's our goal? Oh, we set that one, the run up last year around the Maryland Doom Fest, and it was like, okay, we need to get from point A to B and then all the way to Z. How do we do that?
Yeah.
So I am able to kind of lay that out and bring that detail, right?
Yeah.
Frankie with the back end of doing a lot of the technology piece, having that. And these guys usually just look real good. That's pretty much what they do.
I mean, Mike's booking tours and stuff. Mike, I handle like the website, all that.
Anybody
stuff,
that would listen to this that has talked to Mike in person or through the internet,
Yeah.
the sweetest man I've ever met in my life.
I would agree with this. Yes.
Such a sweetheart. He can talk to you forever about anything. We'll be talking to random people that I don't know, and then I'll see that little glimmer that they're about movies or some like super abstract. I'm like, Mike, come here. This is such and such. And then immediately they're in it. And he's like, oh, you remember that? Mike is the dude that like, oh, do you remember this band that played for, actually, they only did 3 shows and dropped a 2-song demo, and this was 15 years ago, but they fucking ripped. And you're like, that's awesome. Like, he's our encyclopedia and just the most friendly, just charismatic character. And I'm such a fan. So we all have to give it take.
It takes that, like, I think it takes the team to do that,
Yeah.
right? There are bands that I'm friends with some of the guys who I'll get a message from them and be like, I don't think this band's gonna look like this going into next year. We're gonna have to replace this guy or do this, or
Wow.
it's like there's not like this kind of all for one for all type of situation that the
We're
vibes that I
solid.
get from you guys. So
we were all friends prior to this.
That part's huge.
Yeah, we're all friends. Like, I've known Kevin a long time. I've known Jeremy a long time. I've known Mike. He was kind of in the outskirts of my circle, but I'm glad I know you now.
Yeah.
Solid dude. We're all like very good friends. And, we saw each other's other bands playing stuff. And this was just like hey, like, why don't we all get together and see what we make? And Florist is what we make.
Yeah.
We've got support from everybody. Like you said, Gene Am's doing merch for us. My girlfriend Melody, she did the artwork for us for our album cover. We have like this extended artist circle of people that just, believe in us and help us
We
out.
want to keep it growing.
Yeah, we want to keep it. We want to keep that growing. Like, and also to talk about like our shit together. I don't know if necessarily we have our shit together. It's just we've had our shit so not together previously. We know what not to do in a band. Like we've had a bunch of failure bands. We've had a bunch of. I definitely played in a bunch of bands that did absolutely fucking nothing. So I'm like, well, maybe I should do like not that. And between all 4 of us, trying and either succeeding at something or failing at something, we know what not to do. And it's been super helpful.
No offense to the other bands.
No offense to the other bands. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
sometimes it just doesn't work out, right? When you
Yeah.
have certain personalities and certain people in the room, it's just not a thing. It takes maybe a long time to figure that out, right?
I've had a saying for a long time, only you know when you've had enough, right? And that doesn't matter in anything in life. Only you know when you've had enough of that. And it's like one door closes, another one opens. I mean, as cliche as that is, it's reality. So especially when creativity, there's no rhyme or reason to this. It just happens. So just like in a relationship, whether it be a friendship or with, a lover, like sometimes those things don't work out. Sometimes compatibility changes. but it's the one thing that is the constant within that, and the healthiest way to go is if you stay absolutely showing up for each other. So when it comes to this, you know, me and Mike have played together. We know what that's like, you know, and as far as the foundational piece of being in a band with bass and drums is the rhythm, me and him work out flawlessly, I think, you know, and that's me blowing smoke up my own ass.
No, he's not wrong. With them doing that, we Jeremy do whatever we want.
Get
So.
Frankie in here that knows his instrument, knows how to do that, and is generally the sex icon that he remains,
Jesus
right?
Christ.
Like, you know, we got to keep that live. Jeremy is absolutely killing this fucking thing. This was his second instrument, and he was like, hey, well, I guess third, but he's like, I'm just going to dial this in. And he took the fervor to learn this shit and to really understand what the fuck he's doing. And again, all of us combined show up to figure this out.
I don't know.
Right.
Love it.
Yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day,
I'm
like,
just conjuring things and
it's
doing musical alchemy. I don't.
Musical out.
I'm just like,
You know what? One thing I didn't expect from any of this, though, this is truth. What I didn't expect from any of it is we all come from different walks of life, right? Different genres that we grew up listening to that molded our musical flavor anyway.
Yeah.
Even between me and Mike being in the hardcore scene, like I go one direction, he goes another. But it's like the one thing that for somehow, when we show up and start riffing shit for this band, all of us are in agreement to be like, man, that had some flavor to it, and we're going to look into it. And it's never, like I said in one podcast before, there's a democratic process. There's 4 of us. If 3 of us agree on one riff or one thing or one direction we're going to travel, all right, the other person is outvoted, even if it's 1-to-1, right? And you kind of have to live like that and be like, that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's all Gucci. So we end up taking that and running. I mean, we're all about it. So as long as we keep that cohesiveness and we show up, we're all on the same page. And again, like I said, anytime we write those riffs and it's like all 4 of us will be like, oh shit, I'll know I'm doing something sharp when Jeremy turns around to me and just like we'll be hitting that tambourine. He'll just give me that look like, holy shit. And I'm like, we're on to something.
Once you start doing it, Jeremy will become the conductor too.
Yeah.
You know, he'll step away from that set rig, and the 3 of us will be
Hit us with
going,
the arm
and he'll
cross.
he'll be pulling.
Yeah.
He'll lean over to me and be
He'll be
like,
like
"Can you
this.
do this?" This man's been at my pedal board before, twisting fucking knobs
Yeah.
mid rip to be like, "No, it's not right here." Sticking pedals on my board and shit. Like he orchestrates this thing for us.
Yeah, and it's like we're
The
all
guy who says he doesn't know what he's doing is the not so secret anymore weapon to
the professional
what I
butt
think
pusher,
is-
brother.
And I've said since the inception of this band, if we didn't have Jeremy, we'd be a 3-piece garage band. And like he is the reason this is something special. Otherwise, it'd be like 3 dudes playing some rock music, and I don't think it would be what it is, you know?
Yeah, there's definitely a depth that Jeremy adds. And again, as cohesive as it is with all of us, like it comes out into that one sound. I mean, you know, I'm going to ask a question. What's your favorite song? I've heard you say Grow before off of the new album.
Yeah.
So you think that was one of the first tracks we wrote after Contact, and we were playing that live before most of the other stuff.
Yeah, we played it at Maryland Doom Fest.
Yeah. So the craziest thing with that is what is on that album is probably the 3rd iteration of what that song became.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that song transformed into what it was after us beating it to death for so long, and even nitpicking it, even have a little bit of that OCD to be like, something else needs to be there.
We were listening to it on tour.
And even though we've done all that, the day in the studio we recorded it, we still changed something.
Yeah.
It became its final form that day in the isolation room. That's just kind of how all this stuff goes.
Mike has had a good thing. He said this when we were playing hardcore, and I have absolutely I quote this shit to people. And it's like, once you create a body of music and you release it, it no longer belongs to you. It belongs to the world, right? We're custodians of that music, of those songs, but it's not ours anymore. Yeah. So like,
like Grow's yours now.
Yeah.
You know, that's it.
That's like,
we have
take
the
it.
responsibility.
Yeah.
That's your song now,
Yeah.
Mitch, and everybody else listening, that's your song now. But we'll play it for you.
yeah. But like in my head, that I'm sure these guys will agree with me is like, yeah, we're custodians to that. We give it out. I started this, as well as we've all discussed it, to play for what we want to hear, as Frankie has said too. But I'm stoked that everybody else wants to hear that. So we don't want to let anybody down with that. We want it to be like, welcome, as I said earlier, you know, Frankie on stage live will say, we are Florist. You are now Florist. This is Florist. And it's like, that's what it is. Growth. Yeah,
it really is
everything.
that. Like we really wouldn't, like we wouldn't be on stage in front of you at Conduit unless those shitload of people were like into it. You know, otherwise nobody's like, it's necessary that we have fans show up, and we were so appreciative that they show
Yeah.
up. It's a necessary component. And, you know, it's not like, I don't even want, like, I don't call us a band sometimes. I feel like it's like a lifestyle. Like, come out and smoke some weed with us. And, you know, also we're going to play some cool riffs. But really, we want everybody to come out to the club and
Come
watch
hang
with
out.
us.
Just hang
And
out.
so far,
Love it.
we haven't gotten in trouble by one club yet by firing up a joint on stage. That's pretty fucking amazing, I think.
So there's like
I'm sure it'll happen.
Yeah, it's gonna happen because I said it, but
there's a couple different like little ideas we've had, and it's like Kevin. I would say Kevin and Jer have brought like a lot of like jam band idea things, and it's like I've always thought it'd be cool to like incorporate some like I don't know like improv thing in you know something happening a little different and a little bit more interesting, and like try to reach out to those jam band fests and
You
play.
do know that, right? We've talked about this before.
Yeah.
Some of our tracks we actually leave open.
Yeah.
Like there are certain riffs that we have that are on record, but it live, we're floating with that. If we
Yeah,
come to a point, we've got, you know, a couple more minutes on the back end of the set or whatever, we'll freestyle the shit out
Yeah,
of it.
there's a Dr. Rendezvous, and there's a particular spot in the end of the song that the song doesn't end until I
it
until I
does
sing.
have some mics as it does
So
playing a solo at that point, and I'll hear him yell from behind me, "Keep going!"
yeah,
And it's just like shit, and I'll literally just keep running stuff and vamping stuff until he gives me that look like, all right, we're gonna get out now. And sometimes he does give me the look. I can tell we played together long enough now. I'm like, oh, we're gonna leave the song, but extra 16 measures, fuck it, you know.
You guys have some jam band tendencies. Like you open up and you don't know when you're gonna, you know, when that opening song's gonna end and Frankie's gonna start singing. Like you guys could go on for a half hour, and I don't think
it's
anybody
open
would
cup.
care. But
Dude,
you guys, you get right.
yeah.
We're big
It
fans
was,
of Mountain. They do that, you know. Like I
it was,
love Mountain a lot. They have a lot of jam bandy shit. They'll change their songs live, and I'm like, guys, we could do that.
yeah,
Like play it to the room, you know. Maybe that room wants that intro to be 10 minutes long. You know, maybe that room only wants it to be 2 minutes, and it's kind of just up to the vibe of the room.
there was a moment during the Doom and Gloom Fest that Frankie was so loud, I guess, shook the goddamn
Oh,
cord off the speaker.
I thought I blew an amp.
Yeah,
So
he thought he blew an amp, but
while I asked
So,
almost to my car to get another
I
2
saw-
hours for my
there's something you never see. There's something I never see. Is if Frankie turns around in a panic, that's different. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So like I saw that, and then I was like, oh boy, something happened. And so he runs, and I see him grab the head, and I'm like,
At this point, Mike is already playing drums. He's already laying down just a flat rhythm.
so we did like some like
I catch what's going on here, and I have a thing where I'll like take my thumb and my index finger and rattle the bass and just let it reverberate.
this.
So I
dude
did
is
that.
just doing
Yeah.
that. You
I
know,
almost didn't want to hook my
freestyle.
shit up and play it. It was such a cool thing I ran back into. I'm here, I had with Marshall in my fucking hands, like, oh my God. And these guys were playing such a cool thing. I was like, fuck, man, I don't want to interrupt this. Like, I kind of hooked my stuff up leisurely, kind of watched from the side of the stage. And I was like, this is kind of cool. And I'm sure that's recorded somewhere.
I
That might
wonder
make it on the
OG,
album, you know?
OG, do you have that?
yeah, man.
Yeah,
OG
we'll
Mel
ask him. I bet you he does.
He sent it to us, man.
So 2 things to take away from this. Number 1, you guys know what my favorite Florist song is, and the next time I see you guys play, it'll be in the set because unfortunately it wasn't the last time.
Yeah.
I don't. No hard
Probably
feelings.
will.
Yeah.
No hard feelings. But this is
probably
We had to
will.
bring the heavy for Conan.
Yeah.
It's true. It's very true. The second thing that I take away from this, that's on video and on audio, is that Jared's going to incorporate Hammond organ into the next record, and Frankie will carry it around for us.
Yeah.
4 and 5. 4.
No, we can't.
No,
No,
he's
I-
teaching the deal.
I need. Well, somebody needs to
We
find
need to
me
buy
a
one.
So
PC.
we're gonna start a GoFundMe to
Yeah, bigger,
you know,
be a bigger studio.
if I GoFundMe, please just go buy a shitload of t-shirts and CDs from us, and we'll make it happen. Like we don't want you to give us money. Buy our stuff. You know, we're our shirt.
I got some up my sleeve.
Love it.
He always does too. He
Guys.
always sticks devices on us.
So I've kept you longer than I promised. Also, I am old and need to go to bed soon. Where you guys are going to start? You guys going to start playing now? You guys are going to start
Yeah.
doing
Yeah,
stuff?
we'll
God,
put the riff on
I'm
our-
tired just thinking about like things happening past 10 o'clock right now.
Sure. It's a blast.
But
though.
I know. I mean, if I had something like that to do, it would be a different story. But
Come over.
I just
Yeah, come on over.
by the time you get there, I'd fall asleep by the time I hit the 528. I love you guys, and I'm so excited for what's happening, and I can't wait to put this out. I can't wait for everybody to buy the record. I can't wait for everybody to hear it. I can't wait to hear it on wax myself. Everyone listening, his new favorite band, Rich's favorite band, Florist. Thank you guys. Love you guys.
Thank
Man,
you.
we appreciate everything you've done for us so much. Thank you.
Dude,
Thank you.
we can't wait to hear it on vinyl.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. Thank you guys. Have a great night.
Have a great